Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam to you and all the Vaishnava, Srila Prabhupada, Sri Gurudev Krishna, Vrinda. Please mute the phone so that everybody, the class will be started.
Thank you, Vrinda Gopika Mataji. Hare Krishna, Vrinda Gopika Mataji. Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining and every day giving your beautiful association to us. Hare Krishna. Is there anybody else?
Hare Krishna Mataji. Akshay here from Mumbai. I've joined this meeting on request of Acintya Gopesh Prabhuji to assist him with his presentation here.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for joining all the way to India. Hare Krishna. This is your first time, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Thank you so much
Keep
for having me
joining.
here. Thank you so much for having me here. Hari Bol.
Very nice. Keep joining, Prabhuji.
Sure, Mataji, definitely.
So before we start, I would like to read Srila Prabhupada's quote for today. Let me quote. Okay. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. 28th March. You should not keep your trust on so-called gentlemen of the world, however nicely dressed he may be. In the matter of discharging our mission of Krishna consciousness, we have to meet so many so-called gentlemen, but we must be very cautious for dealing with them as we are cautious in dealing with serpents. Letter to Brahmananda, March 28, 1967. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So, welcome to Bhakti Sangha Japa Group, all dear devotees. Today we are fortunate to have His Grace Acintya Gopesh Das Prabhuji on the topic of Sri Caitanya Bhagavata Madhya Khand, chapter 9, verse number 191 to onwards. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to Sri Guru Maharaj. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for giving your very valuable time and association to us this morning and enlightening us on this topic. Now I hand over call to you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Is he there, Mataji?
In a minute I will see. I think he is not here. Prabhuji is not here.
I'll contact him.
We will chant until Prabhu comes. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Okay,
Krishna.
he'll be here in 3-4 minutes. He just got held up with a different service, so he'll be here in a few minutes. So,
Okay, Mataji.
chat.
Thank you. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat. Am I audible?
Yes, Prabhuji. So, welcome to Bhakti Sangha Japa group. Today we are so fortunate to have His Grace Acintya Gopesh Das Prabhuji on the topic of Sri Caitanya Bhagavata Madhya chapter 9, verses 191 onwards. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Dandvat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to Sri Guru Maharaj. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for giving your very precious time and association to us this morning and enlightening us on this topic. I now hand over call to you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. I'm very happy to be here. Akshay Prabhu, if you can put up the PPT, I'll just do Guru Vandana and then we'll start. If you don't have the access, just request the access.
Sure, Prabhuji.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanatimirānandasya Jnananjanasalakaya Chakshurunmalitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
He should be able to share now. I just give him.
Yeah. Okay, very good. So welcome everybody to the Caitanya Bhagavata Madhya Leela class. Again, very, very fortunate that today we are discussing the Mahaprakash Leela, the most wonderful pastime of the Lord revealing his opulences to his eternal devotees. And within that, the revelation to Kulavecha Sridhar, which is also a most wonderful pastime in the Madhya Leela. I'm very, very thankful to everybody for inviting me to speak on this topic. And also very well aware that this is a very exalted topic. I'm not qualified to speak on this, but I have tried to hear what other Vaishnavas are saying, and I'll try and repeat as much as possible. And we will also do this class. It is best if we sort of can churn among ourselves a few things. So I'll ask a few questions like I always do, and then I will invite all of you to share your perspective. Obviously, there is no right or wrong perspective, but it is be very, very wonderful to hear so that we can churn more and more on the Leela from that perspective. So we are reading from Madhya Leela Caitanya Bhagavat. The context is that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in 21 hours, he is doing his Mahaprakash Leela, and he has revealed his supreme nature to many of his devotees. And now, then you would have heard in the previous classes, he is called for Sridhara, Kollavecha Sridhara. And once he's called for Kollavecha Sridhara, then the devotees have brought him there, and the entire set of verses you have heard. And now you're hearing how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is revealing himself to Kollavecha Sridhara. So we'll read the verses. Okay, so we'll read from text 191. Hati Mohana Vamshi Dakshine Balarama Mahajyotirmaya Sabha Dekhe Vidyamana. He held an enchanting flute in his hands, and Balrama stood at his right side. Sridhara saw the entire place was filled with bright effulgence. The next verse. Kamala Tambula Dei Hatira Upare Chaturmukha Panchamukha Age Stuti Kare. He saw goddesses Lakshmi offer betel nuts into the hand of the Lord, and the four-headed Brahma and five-headed Shiva offer prayers to the Lord. Text 193. Mahafani Chatradare Shire Rahu Pare Sanaka Narada Shuka Deke Stuti Kare. He saw Ananta hold his 1,000 hoods as an umbrella over the head of the Lord, and Sanaka, Narada, and Sukadeva chanting the glories of the Lord. Text 194. Prakriti Swarupa Sava Yoda Hastakari Stuti Kare Chaturdike Paramasundari. In the four directions, greatly beautiful women were glorifying the Lord with folded hands. The phrase Prakriti Swarupa refers to the consorts of the Lord. So we'll first discuss these four verses, and then we'll go ahead and discuss other verses. So, as you can see, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is revealing his eternal form in front of Kollavecha Sridhara. You have been hearing about the glories of Kollavecha Sridhara, and you have been hearing the different pastimes. I'm sure in the previous lectures you've heard about how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was stealing or taking away the banana forcefully from the hands of Kollavecha Sridhara. And you also heard how they used to argue for 2 hours in a very loving manner, back and forth on the price of the banana leaf cups. And how Kollavecha Sridhara finally surrendered and said, you take whatever you want, Vishwambar, whatever you want, you take. And all those pastimes, and how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu called Kollavecha Sridhara here. Now he is revealing his wonderful form, and in the previous verse, you would have seen that here he saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as a blackish like a tamal tree. So he has revealed his eternal form as Krishna, and we are seeing that. And after revealing his eternal form as Krishna, he's very beautiful Sham Sundar Swarup. So, like in Bhagavatam, you hear the beautiful form of Krishna. Vamshi Vibhushitakaran Navaneeradaba Pitambara Taruna Bimba Falo Daroshta Purnendra Sundara Mukhad Aravinda Netrad Krishnat Param Kimapi Tattvam Maham Najani. So, Purnendra Sundara Mukhat Aravinda Netrat. Very beautiful beautiful lotus-like face, Purnendra, like the full moon, Purnendra Sundara Mukhat, Aravinda Netra, lotus-like eyes. Krishnat Param Kimapi Tattvam Aham Najani. I don't know anything which is above Krishna. Vamshi Vibhushita Karan, Navanidhanara. He has a beautiful lotus flute in his hands and his beautiful form. And that beautiful form is so enchanting with the red bimba-like lips and a full moon-like face. Once you see that face, it's completely attractive. And once you've seen the face of Krishna, then beyond that, there is nothing. Matat parataram nanya kinchidasti jananja. There is nothing beyond Krishna and that's beautiful form. And that form, which is blackish like a tamal tree, is now being revealed to Sridhara. So Sridhara is beholding, right? Now at this point in time, we will enjoy the beautiful form of the Lord more. But before we do that, we will slightly cut to some intellectual part. And let me start with a question. Why is Mahaprabhu, whose entire mood and mission, the mood was to externally act like a mood of a devotee and show how devotional service has to be practiced. In fact, he came because after Krishna showed his Ras Leela and his internal Vrindavan pastimes, nobody was able to access those pastimes. So he came to reveal to the world that what kind of devotional service should one do so that they can actually participate in that Leela of Krishna, which Krishna had displayed in the previous Yuga. So he came as a devotee. He always closed his ears when somebody called him as Krishna or as God. He always was very humble and he maintained that he was a devotee. And now suddenly he is revealing his form as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Right? And he's in fact sitting on the throne and he's sitting on the altar where Vishnu, Saligram and everything is kept. And he's revealing that entire form. So why is that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and I'm sure you've been hearing this Mahaprakash Leela for a long time, why is that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is revealing himself as Krishna at this point in time? Can some of you try and share your perspectives? What is the reason that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is revealing himself as Krishna now? What could be the reasons?
Is he trying to reveal to his close associates that very soon the mission that he has taken up is going to be fulfilled, and it could have also been the desire of the close devotees to see his real Vishnu form or his real supreme form. I'm not sure.
Yes, that is definitely one of the reasons. So the second part I could hear, first part I couldn't hear, but the second part that you said is it could be the desire of the devotees to see the form of the Lord and the Lord reciprocates. That is also absolutely, yeah.
And one more thing that I thought is maybe very soon he's going to reveal the purpose of his mission to the world. And this is like a precursor to show his very close devotees that he is in fact the Supreme Lord.
Okay, that is also very nice. So he's going to reveal the purpose of his mission and he wants to his near and dear devotees, he is showing that I am the Supreme Lord and revealing that. So that is very wonderful. That is very nice. Thank you for sharing that, Mataji. So those are two wonderful reasons. Of course, Krishna is always trying to satisfy the desires of his devotees. He is controlled by his devotees. So he's, as it is said in the start of this chapter itself, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did reveal his Mahaprakash Leela so that he can accept services from his eternal devotees and he can please those devotees. So that is one of the internal reasons why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed Mahaprakash Leela. So that is definitely there. Any other reasons?
To reciprocate with the love of all his dear devotees and give them benedictions.
Yes, that is again the internal reason, that he wanted to relish the service, and he also wanted to reciprocate with the rasa, and he wanted to reciprocate with his near and dear devotees, and that's the reason he comes, right? Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya dushkritam. So the most important reason is he wants to reciprocate with his devotees. That is why he comes. So that is very good. Pralanand Prabhu, you are saying something? Your hand is up.
I thought during the Ras Leela dance, when Lord Krishna left, and then he was in Chaturbhuj form, and then when the gopis came, when Radhaji came, they couldn't hide his form. Similarly, when they love for the devotees, the devotees, and they have love for Lord Shri Krishna, he cannot hide his form. He has to reveal his original form. That's what I thought.
Very nice. Very wonderful. That is also a very wonderful reason how during Ras Leela, and when Radharani was coming, he couldn't hold on to his 400. Can you put yeah, that's fine. Good. So, and he, in front of his devotees, he cannot hide his form. Yes, that is specifically with Radharani and beyond. So that is also very, very nice, very wonderful. That's a very wonderful thing. Anybody wants to say anything else?
Prabhu, Hare Krishna, I was thinking for preaching purpose, like fallen souls, talking for myself, like it's so difficult if the acharyas just say that, Gauranga Mahaprabhu and Krishna are the same. But for that, he gave a glimpse that acharyas are true. I was thinking from preaching point of view.
Yes, very nice. This is very good. In fact, to prove, to sort of reveal to all the preaching thing is a very, very wonderful thing. That is one of the external reasons why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu shows the Mahaprakash Leela. You are right. Like you said, to show the conditioned souls that he is the Supreme Lord. So when the Acharyas also say it, it is substantiated in the pastime. And thereby he's proving the Vedas right, that in the 4 yugas, in the 4th yuga, he will come in a golden complexion. He is also proving the Vaishnavas right. So that is also obviously there. So these are very wonderful reason. And the other reason is that it is also for preaching. So you are absolutely right. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu reveals himself as Krishna, still till what is his mission? His mission is to spread the holy name. His mission is to spread the method of devotional service by which one can attain Krishna. And this entire pastime of Kolavecha Sridhar, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, like you would have heard before, is revealing how a devotee of Krishna does not want any other material opulences. He is completely surrendered to Krishna, and he is completely satisfied in devotional service to Krishna. And when you see this pastime, this particular lesson on how one should approach Krishna in devotional service by completely being surrendered unto him and not have any other desire, anya bilashita shunyam, that entire not wanting any material desire, but completely surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead is one of the teachings that he wants to display. And for that reason, he has Kolavecha Sridhar, who is playing this part and this entire pastime, where very wonderfully it is revealed that Kolavecha Sridhar was not looking at any other material thing. As this pastime progresses, you will see even before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has offered him the entire Ashta Siddhis, and then Kolavecha Sridhar says, I don't need any of these Siddhis. Later he asks him, please take some benediction. I'll give you all the opulences, but he doesn't want to take it. And finally, you will see in this pastime that Kolavecha Sridhar only prays that let that Brahmana who argues with me be my Lord eternally, and I get your undeviated devotional service. So this pastime proves how a devotee of Krishna is fully surrendered unto the Lord. And for that pastime to culminate, he reveals himself as Krishna, and you can clearly see how Kolavich Sridhara reacts. He also shows, and this is a very important lesson to be learned, to follow complete surrender. Krishna has always sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam braja. Aham tvam sarvapapebhyo mokshayishyami ma shusha. So this surrendering oneself completely, and that is also Antardeep where the Leela is happening. Antardeep is Atma Nivedanam, completely giving up and surrendering unto the Lord. Where in Srivasangan this particular Leela is happening. So this is, in fact, Kolavich Sridhar's house also, while it is near our Jagannath temple, but it is also called the edge of the Antardeep. It is described between Chandkazi Samadhi and between this thing. So it is the northernmost edge. So that way also it is showing Atmanivedan. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wants, is not just internally, of course, he wants to relish the pastimes with his devotees. He wants to accept their devotional service, taste that rasa. And externally, his mood and mission is to establish the ways of devotional service, including Nam Sankirtan, and this entire pastime of completely surrendering everything to Krishna and not wanting any material desires. So that is going to be displayed in this entire pastime. So here, Vishwambara is revealing his wonderful blackish form to Krishna and to Kolavich Sridhar, and on his right side is Balram. And the entire place is filled with affluence. Vrindaranyam Sopadaravanam Pravishad Kirta Kirti. What is that sloka? When Krishna and Balram enter the Vrindavan forest, right? It is so beautifully described in the Bhagavatam. What is that sloka? Vrindaranyam Subhadaramanam.
Barha Pedam Natavara
Yes, yes. Yes, please. Barha Pitan Natavara Karnayo Karnikaram Vipratpasha Kanaka Kapishan Vaijayantim Chamalam Randran Vino Radarasudaya Purayan Gopavrindai Vrindaranyam Swapadaramanam Pravishan Gita Kirti. Vrindaranyam Swapadaramanam. See, these two brothers are entering. Barha Beaten Natavarabapu. So he has the entire more mukut and the entire shringar, and he is beautifully dressed as if there is a dancer on the stage. Barha Pitan Natavarabapu Karnayo Karnikaram. And he's put a karnikara flower in his ears. And in the karnikara flowers in his ears, he has put. What is the reason he puts karnikara flowers in the ears? Anybody?
To give the symbol to the gopis that I am going on this way or that way.
Yes, very wonderful, very wonderful. So he shows to the gopis, if he puts a karnikara flower, this is a pointed flower. It's like a wand like this. If he puts it in this direction, I am going south. If he puts the flower in this direction, I'm going north. If I put it here east, I put it here west. So where the karnikara flower is placed, the gopis knows which direction he is going. Karnayo Karnikaram, Bibradvasha Kanaka Kapishan, the bright yellow dhoti is there. Vaijayanti Chamala, his entire Vaijayanti Mala is there. And he walks on and Randran Venu Madara Sudaya, his nectar of his lips is transferred through the flute and it captures the heart of the entire Vrindavan. And he walks in that Vrindavan Swapadaramanam without shoes, in his bare feet he walks. And then when Bhagavatam describes all the trees go down, all the birds are singing when Krishna and Balram enter the forest. Krishna looks at Balram and says, look, to offer you respect, see how all the trees are going down. and all the birds are singing and so on and so forth. So Krishna and Balram are standing, and this beautiful sight is revealed to Sridhara. Now the next question is, why is not revealing Radha Shyam Sundar like in the previous things? Why is not revealed only Krishna or some other form with the gopis? Why is Krishna and Balram this form being revealed to Sridhara? What is the reason? What could be the reason?
Because Kolavecha Sridhar was in the Sakhya Bhav.
Yes, that is correct.
He
Kolavecha
was
Sridhar,
Kusum.
yes, is in the Sakhya Bhav, and specifically in the Sakhya Bhav, serving Krishna and Balram. What is his eternal Sakha name of Sridhara?
What, Prabhuji? Can you repeat your question?
What is his eternal form as a Sakha? What was his name?
Kusum Sava.
Kusum Sava.
Yeah, Kusum Sava, right? And he's one of the Dwadash Gopalas. So one way to understand is that the Sakha Bhav is there, and as a Sakha, when he comes here, and this entire thing is revealed to him of Krishna and Balram, who are his eternal worshipable lords, eternal friends, and eternal people whom they serve with. But there is another question. When this Krishna Balram form is revealed to Sridhara, he becomes, as you will read in the verses ahead, you will read, let me just read that verse, that Sridhara becomes astonished when he sees this form, right? That is the 195th sloka. What sloka is there? Yeah, 195. Dekhi matra Sridhara haila suvi smita sahi mata daliya padila prithvita. On seeing this, Sridhara was struck with wonder. As such, he reeled and fell to the ground. I'm going to ask a lot of why questions. You might say, Proji, this is such a wonderful pastime. Why are you discussing this intellectually? The idea is to churn. So when Sridhara saw this wonderful form, he was struck with wonder. Why is Sridhara stuck with wonder on seeing this form? Sridhara is an eternal Sakha. Doesn't he know that actually Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna Balram? Is he not aware, or is he playing the pastime? What is the reason why he's stuck with wonder? What could be the reason? Anyone? So if he's the eternal Sakha of the Lord, he would know that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu are Krishna Balram. Would he not know?
They are all, when during the pastime, they're covered by Yogamaya and
Yeah.
to enjoy
That
the
is also, yes, that is also correct. See, when even the eternal devotees of the Lord enter the pastime, they are covered by Yogamaya. That is one reason. And it is not that they know the pastime and the script and they play accordingly. They are completely immersed in that particular, role and avatar that they have taken. They don't readily, if they want, they can, but they don't readily remember their past lives. And they are completely immersed in that particular role. And in that role, they're experiencing really all the emotions of that particular pastime. So it is not that they remember their opulence. They go through that entire emotion, and look at the emotion that Sridhara has gone through. He was a very honest Brahmin, and he was a very honest seller of banana cups, and he suddenly finds this particular Brahmana coming and repeatedly arguing with him. As such, anybody would get angry, but he doesn't get angry. He's completely enchanted by the beautiful form of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And after he is just being very honest. When somebody asks him what's the price, he's telling the honest price. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, you have lot of treasure and I will reveal that. And now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is going to reveal what he has said before, the treasures that actually Kolavech Sridhar is hiding in his heart. Those treasures he is going to reveal in the future verses. But this entire pastime, when he finally comes around, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tests him in various ways. He asks, oh, look at yourself. Your cloth is fully torn. You are worshipping Lakshmi Devi. You are worshipping Ganga Mata. You are worshipping Krishna. Look at yourself. You are in such a bad condition. And those people are worshipping Chandi Devi. And look how opulent they are. Right? You should perhaps not worship Krishna. You should worship this Devi. But Kolavech Sridhar says, my dear Brahmana, I see whether it a king or a bird who's in the nest and looking for food. They are both having the same pleasure. So he sees this material pleasure as completely equal, as something that is very, not very significant. Whether you are a king in the material world or you are somebody else. For example, if you log into a game, right, and you are playing the game, somebody is also playing the game. In the game, somebody is a big king. In the game, somebody is just having nothing. So from the game's perspective, the functions might be different. But really speaking, they are both playing the game and enjoying some virtual happiness. It's not real happiness, right? So from that perspective, both their planes and pressures are the same. So Chaitanya Sridhara is able to completely see this. But when the devotees go searching for him, they call him by name and says, Mahaprabhu has come, asked you to come. He almost faints because he loves Mahaprabhu so much by all those dealings. And now when he comes and sees that actually Mahaprabhu is, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Vishwambara is actually Krishna and is worshipable Lord, that revelation in the heart, it's such a wonderful thing. What happens is internal mood and externally what you're seeing, and we will talk about this also. When he sees Krishna's form, the Lord whom he has always worshipped, and this Brahmana boy whom he loves so much are the same person, then he's completely stuck with wonder. And suddenly he is reeling and falling to the ground. So then another question is, why is that he is seeing his his most worshipable Lord? Suppose a devotee is worshipping for so many millions of births, and finally he gets to see Krishna, right? And then suddenly he's fainting. Not that it is in his control, but why is he suddenly fainting and falling to the ground? What happens? He's seeing the Lord, and he would naturally want to just keep on looking at the Lord, gazing at the Lord, and suddenly, he's reeling and falling down. How is that happening?
Because of extreme ecstasy and bliss.
Yes, extreme ecstasy and bliss. What happens? I mean, I'm not trying to explain ecstasy and bliss, but what happens in that extreme ecstasy and bliss that he falls unconscious? What happens?
They're overwhelmed with prema. He's overwhelmed with prema.
Overwhelmed with prema. That is correct. That is also right. See, this is the clear difference between a material person and a spiritual person. The material person, here is the soul, the covering, the prangan of the soul, chitta, the root of the mind. And because in his, he is in Bhogavansha, he's trying to enjoy externally, he's not in Seva Vancha, he's not trying to serve the Lord. So his mind keeps going outside. So the mind has to interact with the senses and senses with the sense objects, and the mind is wandering in the external world. Mano rathane asati davato bahi. And what happens Once you do, you come in contact with devotees, you have some faith, Ado Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, and once you take initiation, start chanting, Anartha Nivarti happens. So this mind is going outside because there are unwanted desires. And Cheto Darpana Marjanam, these unwanted desires are slowly washed off. And then you come to the stage of Nishtha when the mind is calmed down. It is not always rushing outside. It is steady. So in that steady state, you can perform your sadhana, you can devotional service and everything very wonderfully because your mind is very steady. You are not being disturbed. Almost anartha nivarti has happened. The anarthas have been cleared. After Nishtha, when the mind settles down near the soul, then you start experiencing the ray of Ahladini Shakti. One ray of Ahladini Shakti touches or Ruchi starts to develop. Some pleasure, because the pleasure potency, till then it is Balram Shakti. And in the stage of Ruchi, when Ahladini Shakti comes, then the pleasure potency you start to taste. And then your mind starts going inward. Because the taste is there here, the mind is not going outside. Because earlier the taste was in the material world, the mind was going outside. Now the mind is going inside. And then when it is tasting more and more rasa, it becomes asakti. What is the difference between asakti and bhajana kriya? We always say this. In bhajana kriya, trying to chant and the mind is going outside. And in asakti, like it has happened, Mukundatta and other great Vaishnavas, they are actually trying to do something. So he, as a doctor, he's trying to check the pulse of the Mohammedan king. But he sees a charmer. The moment he sees the charmer, he remembers Krishna. And because there is love for Krishna here, and he's in, the entire mind goes inwards. Suddenly they start remembering the Krishna in the heart. And suddenly everything goes inside and he loses external consciousness. And they are completely absorbed in the Leela. Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela. And then it starts to become bhava and prema. So when you are in such a mood, and the moment you are externally, you are seeing Krishna, the Krishna who is in your heart, then you're completely absorbed and your consciousness goes inward. This happened to Ramanujacharya also. When he was singing Tirupavai, if you have heard Tirupavai, it is explaining the Kartiyani Vrata. And Goda Devi Andal is explaining how she goes and wakes up each of the Sakhis, and together they say that let us go to the Yamuna and let's do Kartiyani Vrata so as we obtain Krishna as our husband. And after doing the Kartiyani Vrata, they go, the pastimes describe how they go to Nanda Maharaj's Bhavan and they pray to the doorkeepers, and then they pray to they actually pray to Radharani to open the door. So in Sri Vaishnava tradition, she is called okay, I won't go there. So they pray and the door opens and Radharani welcomes them inside. Right? That is how the Tirupavai pastimes, the slokas move. So Ramanujacharya is known as Tirupavai Jiyar. So when he goes for Unjavriti, when he's going to beg for alms, so he keeps on singing these Tirupavai pastimes. So he is walking on the street, he is begging for alms, and he's going on the streets. He sees his Gurudev, was Grasta, Nambi, is Gurudev's house. So he goes and knocks at the door of his Guru. And the Guru is a Grasta. So the Guru's 10, 11-year-old girl, she opens the door. As soon as she opens the door, Ramanujacharya sees her and he faints. Completely faints and falls at the door. And this girl, starts, becoming very perplexed. She starts shouting and going to her father, who is the Guru, and says, Ramanujacharya, he has fallen down unconscious. He has fallen down unconscious. But, his guru is not moved. He just smiles and says, was he singing this particular verse of Tirupavai? She said, yes, he was singing something. So he says, no problem, he will get up. What happened there? What happened? Why did he become unconscious? Why did he fall down?
I think he was seeing Srimati Radharani in the child.
Yes. So he was meditating on the pastimes of Radharani opening the door of Nanda Bhavan, and they are completely in the internal mood. The Vaishnavas are in the internal mood. And externally, when they see, he saw that child as Radharani and completely fainted. So when the externals and internals match, the mind completely withdraws, consciousness withdraws back into the soul and the eternal Vrindavan in the heart, the Kunja in the heart, and you see those pastimes. So you completely, you fall unconscious. And there are many, many pastimes where this has happened, where the devotees fall unconscious on seeing the Lord. In fact, in Dhruva's case, it is the other way around. Even when the Lord has appeared outside, Dhruva is still meditating on the Lord inside, right? And the Lord has to disappear from inside and then appear outside. That's when he opened his eyes, and he because he couldn't see the Lord inside, he was meditating on, he saw the Lord standing in front of him. So here the Lord is revealing his form to Sridhara, and you can see how he can see Balram, he can see Lakshmi Devi offering betel nuts. Everybody was saying Sridhara is without affluences and he's a poor beggar and he's just screaming because of his hunger. He has nothing with him externally, but he actually has the Lord of Lakshmi and Lakshmi Devi worshipping him in his heart. So in fact, he is the greatest of the wealthiest person because he has all the wealth in the world. Whatever is to be achieved, like Rukmini says, whatever is to be achieved is there. Is Krishna, and Lakshmi Devi is serving him. So he is not bereft of any affluences, but externally he appears poor. In fact, he also sees he sees the umbrella over the head of the Lord and Adishesha giving the cover, and how Sanaka and Narada and Sukdeva and everybody are chanting the glories of the Lord. So he is seeing wonderful devotees like Sanaka who always worship the Lord and have them in the heart. He's seeing the epitome of devotional service like Narada, who are worshipping, and Sukdeva who are chanting the glories. And he's seeing all these people perform devotional service, very much similar to what he was doing. He was chanting the names of the Lord. He was constantly singing the glories of the Lord like Narada. He was offering everything to the Lord, and he could see all those devotees praising, and all the Swarupa Shaktis of the Lord, all the consorts of the Lord serving the Lord. He can see everything. And then the Lord says, Utha Utha Sridhara, Prabhu Ajnana Haila, Prabhu Vakya Sridhara, Se Chaitanya Paila. The Lord ordered, get up, Sridhara. Sridhara then regained the consciousness by the words of the Lord. Ajnana Haila, right? It is described that when somebody is not in that service attitude, is not in Seva Vancha, but is in Bhoga Vancha, he's completely covered. He cannot understand that there is the Lord. He cannot understand he is the soul. He cannot understand in his heart there is the lotus feet of the Lord and the beautiful form of the Lord. He cannot understand any of these things. Kirtina Mother, you had a question?
No, Prabhuji, sorry for interruption, but just want to check that whether only the slides are supposed to be presented, because we are able to see just the one slide for past 1 hour.
Yeah. I mean, Akshay Prabhu, you can click onto the relevant slides. I think there are other details in the slides, but you can go on to the relevant text if you have it there. If you don't have it there, then we can discuss the others later. So I'm not controlling the slide.
Thank you, Prabhu.
I will jump on the slides here and there. Sure.
Yeah, you are in 197, 196. Right. So Then, so I was explaining that it's all covered. And it is when you come in contact with the devotees and you surrender to the devotees and you start to serve the devotees, then you start developing the taste. And then slowly, the ajnana is removed. And then you are shown, and it is actually the words of the Lord. The Vedas are the words of the Lord. Bhagavad Gita are the words of the Lord, which awaken the soul. Right? Otherwise, he is sleeping. The soul is sleeping. Jeev jago, jeev jago. The soul is actually sleeping. He doesn't know. But when the words of the Lord, the word of the Vaishnavas, and then when he does service to the Lord, and finally when he gives up everything for the Lord, like Sridhar has done, then the Lord wakes him up from internally, and then he can see reality. If you've seen the movie Matrix, you can see once he eats blue pill, red pill, he suddenly sees what he sees around is not actually is just a simulation. The reality is something else, right? So he said, get up, Sridhara, and Sridhara then regains the consciousness by the words of the Lord. Right? So when you take shelter of the Lord, then entirely it is revealed. And then Prabhu bole, Sridhara amare kara stuti, Sridhara balaya Prabhu muni modamati. The Lord said, Sridhara, offer prayers to me. And Sridhara replied, oh Lord, I am most foolish. Sridhara is actually very humble, but actually this is also his surrender to the Lord. By himself, he's completely stunned by seeing these wonderful pastimes. And unless the Lord empowers, nobody can sing any stuti. And the Sridhara here is praying and displaying himself as the most foolish, because he knows Lord has a purpose and he wants Lord to reveal his purpose. And this is also a difference between a devotee and a non-devotee. A non-devotee will just try and concoct his own things. He will not follow the orders of the Lord. He will try to concoct his own things, his own mind and intelligence, and try and do something. Whereas the devotee waits for inspiration from the Lord and then acts. Now here one other question can come. So we are not directly in connection with Paramatma. We are not getting inspiration, or we are not hearing Paramatma. So should we use our mind and intelligence, or should we not use our mind and intelligence? We should, like Kulavich Sridhar, say, I am most foolish and Lord, please inspire me. What should we do?
We should not use our intelligence. We should listen to our spiritual masters. Currently, our spiritual masters and gurus are Krishna. Direct contact for us is not possible. So we should start listening more to our spiritual masters, who's Krishna for us currently.
Very wonderful. Very wonderful. So we are not able to hear the Paramatma, but spiritual master is the one who is transparent via media. Between what Paramatma says and what he says outside, there is no anarthas in between of his own mixed up desire. So whatever the Paramatma says, the same thing is a Guru Mukha Padma Vakya. It comes through the Vakya of the Guru. So we listen to our Guru, then we use our mind and intelligence on how to execute the orders of. Very much like Arjuna was given the order to fight, then he used his mind and intelligence in the pursuance of that order. Like Srila Prabhupada was given the order. Bhaktisiddhanta Goswami Maharaj had the order. He used his intelligence to make the press, distribute the books. And when Srila Prabhupada was given the order to distribute in the Western world, he used his mind and intelligence in the service of the Lord. And when you focus that mind and intelligence in the service of Guru, then in the heart, everything is revealed, because the mind and intelligence is not applied externally, but it is applied internally. So here he is asking for that mercy. Kona stuti jano muni ki mora shakati Prabhu bale tora vakya matra mora stuti. I have no ability to offer any prayers. The Lord then said, your words alone are prayers. Just speak. Whatever you are going to speak are stuti. And Here Kolovich Sridhar says, I don't know what to stuti. Then Prabhura Agyaya Jagan Mata Saraswati Praveshila Jihvaya Sridhara Kare Stuti. Prabhura Agyaya, by the order of the Lord, Saraswati, the mother of the universe, appeared on Sridhara's tongue, and Sridhara began to offer prayers. So this is what happens when the Lord empowers. And Srila Prabhupada used to also say, I have not written this book, Krishna has written it. When the Lord empowers, then this wonderful thing, it is completely aligned with the desire of the Lord, then it can create miracles. The whole world can become, previously even in Satyuga, you would meet many jnanis, you would meet many yogis, but to meet a pure devotee was very rare. And here now we are seeing every town and village, there are so many ISKCON devotees, so many other Vaishnavas, and by Prabhupada's mercy, devotees are there everywhere. And you are getting Vaishnava association. So miracles can happen when the Lord empowers. And this is what he did to Dhruva also. Dhruva was a 5-year-old child. He did not know what to pray. He opened his eyes, saw the Lord, he was stunned. And the Lord touched him with this conscience. The moment he touched him with this conscience, fully everything was revealed to him. And then he started to glorify. Yovanta pravishya mama vachamimam prasuktan sanjeevayata kila shaktidhara swadamnam anyasta hasta charana shravanatvadin pranan namo bhagavate purushaya tubhyam. Yo anta pravishya mama vachamimam prasuktam. You've completely gone into my heart and you've enlivened my power of speech. Mama vachamimam prasuktam sanjeevayata kila shaktidhara swadamnam. You've enlivened my entire body. Anyasta hasta charana shravanatvadin. Each part of my body you have enlivened separately. My hands are enlivened separately. My legs are enlivened separately. Pranan namo bhagavate purushaya tubhyam. My life soul, that Supreme Lord, I bow down. So like that, by the order, this is not the Mother Saraswati of this earth, this Shuddha Saraswati, this is the transcendental spiritual potency of the Lord. So when the Lord empowers, all the potencies, all the energies of the Lord is there to serve. And that this particular energy of Saraswati is entering, Shuddha Saraswati is entering the heart of Shivasa, and then he starts to sing the prayers. Jaya Jaya Mahaprabhu, Jaya Vishwambara, Jaya Jaya Navadvipa Purantara. All glories to Mahaprabhu, all glories to Vishwambara, all glories to the Lord of Navadvipa. So now he doesn't just see him as a Brahmana, he's completely glorifying. And what is he glorifying? When the first thing that comes out of his mouth is all glories to you, Mahaprabhu, because this is the twist and turn of the Leela. This is a very important point. With every devotee, whatever is happening in our life, we are just sadhakas, we are trying to become devotees or eternal devotees of the Lord. When you approach Krishna, that is why some people in Vrindavan say, Krishna Tedi, Maya Teda, Tedi. Krishna is also like this, very Teda Meda. And Krishna's mother is also, because she's very old, she's standing like that. Seedhi Sir Radharani, Radharani is straight. But if you approach Krishna, you will be taken through these, winding curves in your life of different things. And it will appear as if you're going through so much of churning. But that churning is to awaken this wonderful rasa. And when Krishna reveals himself, that entire rasa just becomes so magnificently explodes. And that's what happens to the gopis also. So many restrictions, so many things. And then Ras Leela, and then again Krishna vanishes. And then when Krishna appears as the eternal Kamdev, they are completely attracted. And then they glorify, because so many twists and turns, and that love is then revealed. So like that in the life of Sridhara also, he's so poor and so much he was fighting with the Lord. So much he was thinking, the Lord used to say, I am the father of Ganga. He used to say, Vishwamara, are you not afraid? You are speaking like this of Ganga. You are doing aparad, so much he used to argue, right? With so much love. And now after all this twist and turns, he sees the same Vishwambara is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the same Krishna. And then his heart just was overwhelmed with that love and that gratitude. And that is why Krishna is one of the four appearances. His Leela Madhuri. His Leela is so sweet and so wonderful that no other avatar, no other form of the Lord can match that sweetness of Leela. So with that revelation, he's saying all glories to Mahaprabhu. Such wonderful is your Leela. All glories to Vishwambara, the supporter. This rasa is what is supporting the entire earth. And all glories to the Lord of Navadvipa. And especially the Lord who magnifies in the 9 islands, the 9 forms of devotional service, culminating in perfect surrender into him when he is revealed in the heart of the devotee. And the heart of the devotee, through chanting the name, his form is revealed, Naam, Roop, then his quality is just by glancing at the Lord, his karuna, his sweetness, everything is revealed, and the leelas start in the heart. The heart becomes the kunja of Vrindavan, and within the heart, the pastimes start to flow. That Lord of Navadvipa is glorified. So there is so much more that Sridhara is going to glorify. And Kolabecha Sridhara, Kelabecha is somebody who's selling the banana cups and leaves. Banana, Kela Becha, he just sells the leaf cups. But just by selling the leaf cup, but along with it, having that entire attitude of completely surrendering to the Lord, he has actually purchased the Lord. And all the affluences of the Lord, including Saraswati, Lakshmi, have entered into his heart and enlivened him. So you can, just by selling leaf cups, you can purchase the Lord if it is done with love and pure surrender, as it is going to be revealed further in this pastime. So we will stop here. This is very wonderful pastime, very sweet. And thank you very much for allowing me to participate, to share some of my things. If I've gone wrong somewhere, please feel free to correct me. I stand corrected. But this is a very sweet and wonderful pastime. Thank you very much that I've been able to share all of this with you. I will end the lecture here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Mahaprakash Leela ki jai. Kulavech Sridhar ki jai. If anybody has any questions, comments.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Such a sweet and very beautiful pastime with Kolavecha Sridhar and Mahaprabhu. So many things to learn, and especially I can say that we should do. I learned that whatever we do to offering and everything to worship to Lord, with love and affection we have to do, and we have to do completely surrender ourselves without any material desire. No any desire works over there. If you totally fully surrender to the lotus feet of the Lord, then Krishna reveals us and we can chant very nicely. We should always chant inner. We should look inner, not external things. Yeah, Prabhuji, thank you so much.
This is a very wonderful comment that you made. This is very wonderful. I think that is what the pastime shows, how to, with love, fully surrender. Just want to make one more point, which I forgot to make, which I wanted to elaborate on, but there's no time. It is not that as a devotee, we try to leave everything, which you very wonderfully said. I'm really thankful you said that. It's not that we want to surrender everything, but it's not that we are trying to leave everything. We are actually chanting and serving in the mood of pleasing the Lord, so that we actually get the asakti and rasa inside. And the moment you get the rasa inside, the mind becomes completely absorbed inside and external things become insignificant. So the question which I wanted to ask at the end is, how can we achieve, maybe not that entire, we might not go as high as Kolavecha Sridhar, but at least follow in that footsteps. I think the real thing is chanting and actually letting the holy name touch the heart. and then serving like Kolavich Sridhar with absolute intention of pleasing with no ulterior motive. If we can do those two things, which is what Srila Prabhupada has made ISKCON for, we can chant and then serve selflessly, then we can at least follow in the footsteps of Kolavich Sridhar and achieve this. Thank you very much, Mataji. Very wonderful comment.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji. So devotional service is the main in Srimad Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, in Caitanya Charitamrita, Caitanya Bhagavat. Everywhere, Srila Prabhupada explains about the devotional service. Krishna likes devotional service. Only that thing with love and devotion. That is the main thing, Prabhuji. And then we can chant and we can please Krishna when we chant. Yesterday, Mata said, when we chant, then we should hear. But when we hear, we have to just think about Krishna, always smaranam. So that is very nice. And we always think about, we want to please Krishna, give Krishna pleasure, then we can chant good way. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. Very wonderful.
Prabhuji, do you have any time? Then
yeah, we can take some questions if devotees have time.
Yes, Prabhuji. So, dear devotees, whoever they have a question, you can ask. Prabhuji is here.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhu. Very, very wonderful session. I don't have any question as such, but I really like the way you engage everybody in some question and answer sessions, and you make us also think. So that's so nice. And thank you for covering this pastime very nicely. Somehow I'm not able to correlate your wonderful, excellent session with the slides. I don't know what the presentation was. So that is definitely.
Yes, that we will. I think the presentation had some other details, very different.
But
from
your
what,
class was excellent, excellent, Prabhu. And sorry for the interruption. I wish I would have not interrupted, and that Sankirtan picture would have been there throughout the session.
No problem.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
I think what's in the slide is for the further glorifications. So that is, I think we have not reached there. So
thank you. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Very nice class. Prabhuji, which verse did you stop at?
200.
200. Okay, thank you,
Yes.
Prabhuji. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Prabhu, did you have a question?
Prabhuji, Pranam. I don't have a question, but I have a little reflection here. From Kolavela Sridhar, episode here in this. It's such a enlightening episode for all of us to learn humility, and Caitanya Mahaprabhu has stressed it throughout his pastimes and everywhere. I want to emphasize one thing, that sadhu sang is where we can learn humility. I know of one gentleman, he was a Prabhuji in Malaysia. His name is Jagat Taran, Patit Pawan Jagat Taran Prabhuji. This gentleman told, that once he was trying to park his car in a parking lot, and somebody else came in, and he was also trying to do this, but Prabhuji just was a little earlier and he parked it there. That man got furious, came out of his car, and when this Prabhuji was there, he spitted on his face. Right? That you rascal, I want to park here, and we did that. So Prabhuji is a millionaire there. I didn't protest anything, he just bowed down and he wiped his face. The man again did that. Right? And he did that again. When I heard this, I just felt like falling at his feet. Because this is humility. And this you can do only, even if doesn't matter what is your material education, what is your material situation, whatever. But because he has followed Prabhupada's message and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's cult, despite this kind of insult, he was able to tolerate it. Not only that, he forgive this gentleman. So this is sadhu sang which teaches such humility, and humility is the first thing, So this is what I wanted to share to you. Thank you very much for your good association. Please come again and enlighten us again. Thank you.
Very wonderful, very wonderful. Thank you for sharing this, Prabhuji. Like you, very wonderful. Humility is the first part, Pranada Pisunichi. You very wonderfully shared this, Prabhuji. Even being spit on the face, even being a millionaire, he was so humble, and he just wiped his face, went ahead. It is actually one who is internally satisfied and one who is internally pleasing Krishna. External circumstances just, are like a very blurred dream for those people. And they're very humble with all external circumstances. They can see everybody as part and parcel. You're very wonderful, your share. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Tolerance starts when you can see Krishna behind the activity. So this is very wonderful. Somebody else had a raised hand.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
Dandavad
Krishna.
Pranam.
Dandavad.
Yes, Prabhuji, your this session was so lovely and it really touches our heart. And when you talk about Kola Vecha, so I remember there is one kutia, there is one small kutia just at the backyard of Rajapur in
Rajapur
Mayapur,
Jalli.
where,
Yeah.
yeah, yes, so there Kola Vecha used to, uh, you know, uh, you used to meditate on Krishna. One thing I was just trying to understand, like when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was interacting with him and bargain for every day that you take less money and then give me banana and all those beautiful pastime was there. That time he didn't know that he was Mahaprabhu or he was Krishna. He was just treating him as a good friend, I believe, right, Prabhuji?
Yes, as a Brahmana boy, yes.
Yes, and later on only he came to know, okay, he's in Prakash Leela, I believe, right, sir?
Yes, correct. That is correct.
So the best part is he didn't know that time that Mahaprabhu is actually Krishna, and he was uh, lovingly, exchanging the relationship while bargaining or while offering
Yes,
whatever he had.
that is the sweetness of that pastime. See, that
Yes,
devotee, even though he's an eternal associate, he's fully, like Mataji said, covered by Yoga Maya. He doesn't
yes,
know. He doesn't know I am Kusumvasa Saka, I am an eternal. He just thinks himself as Sridhara, and he sees here the person in front of him as Vishwambara, a Brahmin boy, right?
yes,
And
yes,
there is this, but he cannot get angry at him. He's completely loving. He used to see the road. When will Vishwambara come? When will Vishwambara come? Vishwambara comes, he completely used to argue and fight with him. He said, what is the price? He will say, I half that price. Then he will say, I will
half the
not give
time.
you also. I'll take that leaf cup also. So it used
Yes,
to be very intense, but he used to always love. And that loving exchanges, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed how a devotee of his, in fact, does not care for anything material. He just wants to serve. He was using the selling of the leaf cups, 50% he was using anyway in the service of Ganga. And that's what he was telling to Vishwamara. Vishwamara said, no, you give me everything. Then he finally agreed, you take whatever you want, Vishwamara. He was thinking, this Brahmin boy is asking, but somehow if I can serve him, maybe that's how, even if I have to suffer, let me serve. But when then this entire loving Brahmana boy and his entire love for Krishna, which is why he's serving everybody, including the Brahmanas, when he sees that this loving Brahmana boy is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is actually Krishna, then it's complete ecstasy. So in that ecstasy, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu reveals, and then you will see in the further pastime, he offers everything. The Kolavich Sridhar says, no, just I need this Brahmana boy who quarrels every day with me to be my Lord. I just want to be in this pastime. That is the loving rasa. After obtaining which, uh, there is nothing more to be. That is a verse of the Vedas. When you obtain this, there is tatyabhi adhikam. There is nothing else to be obtained. So yes, this revelation happens to the eternal devotees. It also happens to sadhaka devotees like us when we progress. All the twists and turns in your life suddenly will lead you to Krishna. And Krishna will reveal himself.
yes, yes. In fact,
Yes.
Mahaprabhu, um, uh, he was hiding all those utensils which was broken But Mahaprabhu used to dig it out. Okay, no, give me water in that broken utensil.
Yeah, broken
He said,
utensil.
"Arey, how come you? Yeah, how can I serve you in this broken one? No, no, no. You give me this one. I like to
Correct.
have in this broken." And one thing to add, Prabhuji, like I read somewhere that when Mahaprabhu, started his journey for sannyas journey, so he came again back to Kolavecha house, and there was one pumpkin, a ripened pumpkin was there in his house. He took that and he asked, okay, I want the kheer of this pumpkin, the made with milk and this one. And then he ate, and then he moved ahead with the sannyas yatra.
Yes, in fact, in the squash, it was like a squash thing. And
Yeah,
Kolavecha Sridhar came and gave it to him. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu knew
yeah.
next day he would take sannyas. He can't have it. So same day he had Satyamata prepare it with milk. And that was
Yes.
one of his favorite dish. Yes, that is how
And
you
how he
reciprocate.
came.
Yes, very nice. Very wonderful pastime. Thank you for sharing. Thank you, Paul.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Sindhu Mataji, did you have a question?
No, Prabhu, very wonderful class, Prabhu. Thank you so much. As you were talking about Kolavecha Sridhar and how his devotion and his love for Krishna, no matter what form he is in, right? Although the Yogamaya is covering him, I was actually relating some of these instances with Prahlad Maharaj, right?
Yes.
It doesn't matter how much coverings they had, the soul's intrinsic nature to serve and love the Lord, it always, whether they come as an ant, whether they come as an elephant, whether they come as any other form, that's so beautiful, Prabhu. Thank you so much. And the way you explained certain things, you went so deep, and it was like puzzle pieces, right? It was all missing in our understanding, and you put the puzzle pieces right in place so that, we get the clarity. Thank you so much. I really appreciate Bhakti Sangha group and your association today. And it means a lot to me, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji, for the kind words. It's very wonderful. It is like Prahlad, you so wonderfully have explained that. And wherever the devotee is, whichever circumstances, as an eternal devotee, he is put in various circumstances where he expresses his love for Krishna, and Krishna reciprocates. And that is all the Bhagavatam is of that reciprocation, the highest of that reciprocation of gopis, and the highest of those gopis, Radharani. That is there what Sri Bhagavatam is there to reveal, and what Brihad Bhagavatamrita elaborates, that gopis are the topmost devotees. And for those kind of devotees, they go to Golok Vrindavan. That is the dham where that pure love is expressed. So eternal devotees are, for them, the pastimes are for relishing. And for conditional souls like this, we see that, and we do our devotional service following in the footsteps of the Mahajanas. So we also get it. For us, it's a lesson. For them, it is a wonderful pastime. And in the future lectures, if we get time, we will also go into the other aspect of how Kolavecha Sridhar is compared to Yudhishthir. And for Yudhishthir also, everything is lost. And he gives up everything for Krishna. And when Krishna gives him back everything after the war of Kurukshetra, he says, I don't want any of these things. Because of me, so many people have got killed. That entire rasa is also reflected here. In the future pastimes lectures, we will also explore that angle of Kolavecha Sridhar compared to Maharaj Yudhishthir in his truthfulness and all the other paradigms. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Sindhu Mata.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Okay, if nobody has any other questions, we can.
Okay, Prabhuji, if nobody have any question, then we will end the call. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for this very, very sweet class and amazing class, the pastimes of Mahaprabhu and Kolavecha Sridhar. And today we are so enlightening, and we are very happy and very grateful to you, and very happy to do your association today very nicely. And you talk everything in deep. So we look forward to your association again in future. So, Pancha Kalpatarubyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, श्री चैतन्य भागवत की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, हिज ग्रेस अचिंत्य गोपेश दास प्रभु जी की जय। हरि बोल, हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, दंडवत प्रणाम, दंडवत प्रणाम।
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Jai Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, dear devotees. Thank you, Prabhuji. We ending the call here. Hare Krishna.